In the wake of the Uvalde school shooting, Texas leaders agreed this week to dedicate $100 million to school security and mental health. It's the same amount the state allocated to schools after the 2018 Santa Fe school shooting. But Fox 4's Lori Brown learned utilizing those funds has really been challenging for some school districts. Lori.
Heather, we learned that more than 24 North Texas schools remaining from the 2019 grant. And after we started asking questions about this, the state extended the deadline for districts to use that money by 1 year.
You cannot run the same playbook that we did after Santa Fe. It's almost like you just rewind back to 2018 and we're hearing some of the same conversations 4 years later.
Doug Williams, superintendent of Sunnyvale ISD, says when the state awarded $100 million to 1,100 school districts, his district quickly put its limited portion to use.
Sunnyvale was awarded approximately $30,000 in 2019, and we spent that before school opened in August of 19.
Sunnyvale used the state's money with local dollars to secure school entrances.
Led us to really harden school entrances. We used it for what are called controlled vestibules or man traps. And so any of our schools that you enter, you have to be buzzed in at 2 spots.
But Fox 4 obtained numbers from the TEA showing as of June 1st, dozens of North Texas school districts still had thousands of unused dollars. Dallas ISD had the largest unused amount in North Texas at $1.5 million, 63% of its allotted funds. The district told us it anticipates submitting a reimbursement request for the remaining grant expenditures in July. That would have missed the TEA's deadline, but on Thursday, the agency announced it had extended the end date for all grantees that have funds remaining. And remember, this money was allocated after the Santa Fe shooting in 2018. Now, in the wake of Uvalde, state leaders are preparing to move another $100 million towards school security, with more specific detail about how they want the dollars used. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick wants nearly half, $50 million, to go toward bullet-resistant shields for school police officers, and $17 million for technology that allows school employees to silently alert police during emergencies. Another $10 million would go toward mental health services.
Does the state need to be doing more?
Oh, absolutely. There is no question about that.
Williams says he would like to see the state fund a school resource officer or marshal for every school. The cost about $100 per student.
If it is an armed officer on that campus, then our opinion always is that the amount of damage a shooter can do is minimized.
It's a need Lake Worth ISD echoed this week at a news conference where the district announced a partnership to add 1 additional officer.
1 officer or 2 officers serving multiple campuses are at a disadvantage.
We've got to make sure that we take a holistic look at why this is happening and do everything that we can to make sure that that what happened in Uvalde was the last one for our state.
The state's additional funding is coming from a budget surplus from within the Texas Education Agency, with an additional $5 million coming from the state's Health and Human Services Commission.